it is you may have. Just your freedom, in essence. So I'm just going over this. Hopefully it's quick, and I just want to keep reiterating this stuff and having videos like this just so people hear it again or see it again and they're like, okay, yeah, maybe I should do something. Maybe I should just do one thing. Maybe I should, look into purchasing some silver or some junk silver that's, everything from 1964 and earlier. A couple dimes. It's cheap. At least you're starting to preserve your wealth. Or maybe I want to look into, I have some funds somewhere, and I want to look into getting something for my garden and getting the garden ready or getting the garden together. Whatever. That kind of stuff. Maybe I want to learn about hunting. That kind of stuff. So anyways, I'm just saying, now is the time, especially if you're going to be getting stuff that's, heavy under controversy, that kind of stuff as far as ammunition or guns, firearms, that kind of deal. I'm just saying this because it's my opinion and everything I read and I've heard and seen. Before you know it, you're going to be tracked and traced with everything you do, every purchase you do, everyone you interact with financially, an aspect of it. You'll be using CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, or FedCoin, whatever they're going to call it. The digital dollar something to make it sound great. They'll be tracking and tracing everything you do and everything everyone around you and everything they do and that kind of stuff. And it'll get to a point will come, is my opinion, that it's going to get to it where they're like, all right, well, this person, because the social credit scores that's being, brought in now, it is, you can tell. Just look at someone posted something bad on Twitter or Facebook, bad. That's your judgment might be it's good, but the powers that be might say no, it's not right, for whatever reason, or because you're on Medicare, or you're collecting food stamps or Social Security, or whatever it is you have, welfare. Well, you cannot purchase these items because they're not healthy for you. They're not nutritious for you. They're not whatever. Might even do the ESG thing that they're starting to put on businesses. Your environment, social, and your governance, how it affects those things. It's going to get down to the individual, like I've talked about before. And a good point to that is, a good way to say that is, I just read this article a few days ago. I don't have a link on me to put below, but I'm sure you can find it. Use a DuckDuckGo search or Google search or whatever you do to search for things. Stating that Discover, MasterCard, and I thought there was one other credit card company that is putting ESG out there, and it's going to just let people know on their statements how much they've affected the environment, how much their purchases have affected the environment or have affected on a carbon credit standpoint, how much they would need or how much carbon they've used for these purchases or for these activities they've done using their credit card. And yeah, great, it's presented as, well, we just want to let people know. Well, we all know where that goes. It starts like that. Nothing restrictive about that. It's not going to change what you do, that kind of stuff. We're just going to get it there so you guys have firsthand knowledge of what these things are doing, what you've been using for your carbon, or what you've been using for burning up any sort of things as far as oil or gas or any other kind of energy sources or whatever is what they're saying. Well, we all know sooner than later it comes down to be, well, now you're going to restrict it because you have passed the allotted amount for the month or for the quarter or for the week or whatever it is. Now you can no longer purchase these things. Now you can no longer purchase gas or diesel. Now you can no longer go to these restaurants to purchase these items. Now you can no longer buy ammunition or guns. Now you can no longer buy whatever else. It could be down to now you can no longer buy seeds because you bought a bunch in the past and we're trying to make sure everyone else has enough out there. Or you can no longer buy these type of seeds. You got to buy these type of seeds or whatever. You know how it goes. So I'm just saying this because now is the time. Cash is still used right now in the U.S. And stuff is tracked and traced to a point, way worse than it has been, 4 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. 20 years ago, you would never have dreamed of where things are at today, but you still have an opportunity to get out there and purchase these items that you feel you need for yourself and your family, whether it's gold, silver, ammunition, gardening supplies, tools, whatever. Some cans of, jerry cans of gas for your mower or your weed whacker or whatever it is that you're going to need. Diesel, I know it sounds extraordinary, it sounds crazy, but if you would have talked to me 3 years ago and I told you what's coming, if I would have foreseen everything, that I would have said you're crazy. I would have said you're insane to think that kind of stuff. Well, look at where we are now. So I just want to get people thinking, maybe instead of, spending all my money on entertainment or on my $5 a day coffees or on XYZ, maybe I want to start just navigating some of that, if not all of it, some of it into things that I think I have to provide and will help provide for my family. Whatever it is. I'm not saying what to do. I'm just saying maybe it's something to think about, because you can do it right now. You still can do it. And like I said, my opinion is there's going to come a time where everything's going to be tracked and traced, regulated, and you're not going to be able to have free range like this. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. A real quick video. It all depends on your social credit score, that kind of stuff. And that's where we're going. And we're going sooner than later. I thank you for watching. If you like this, hit like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And as always, stay vigilant, protect yourself, protect your family, protect your health, and